Hey, what's going on, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of time today to hang out with me. I really appreciate it. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing a video that's like, I don't even know how I came up with this, but basically it's like this is like not a serious video. Okay, so like if you're here for serious, this is really not that serious. We're just having some fun, thinking about things that I would do if I worked at Wizards of the Coast, what cool things I'd want to do, what cool things I'd bring up, all that kind of good stuff. So let's just jump into this video. Okay. First point, it might be a little bit controversial. Don't know if anyone would agree with me here, but I feel like there should be some sort of way to destroy Planeswalker emblems. I know, we're starting things off really strong in this video, but hear me out. I feel like it's one of those things kind of similar to infect counters where there's really not a good way to do anything with them. And I think one of my thoughts behind like Magic cards is, regardless of how good things are, there should always be a way to destroy or exile, or there should always be a way to get rid of a thing. And I understand that with Planeswalkers, they usually take turns to ultimate, for example. But with cards running rampant, like Doubling Season is a really good example. And obviously that would be a card that you'd want to get removed pretty quickly off the table anyway. But I feel like it can just be a little bit easy. And if you have a person who's like, they have a pillow fort, they have things where it's really hard to attack, they just get their Planeswalker up and they've emblemed, there's really no good way to get rid of that emblem. So I feel like there should be a way. And I think that it should be, I don't think it should be cheap in the mana sense. I think that it should be something that, you know, you have to pay life for, or something, sack creature, something like that you should do in order to get rid of a Planeswalker emblem. But I just think that's something that doesn't exist, and it'd be interesting to see some sort of design with it, and what that would kind of look like. So that is one thing that I would do if I worked at Wizards of the Coasts. The second thing I would do, and if you've been following me, you will know that this is an opinion of mine, is I want princesses. I want Princess Tribal. I want it. It's it. Throne of Eldraine, one of the most beautifully crafted sets in my personal opinion. I want more of that. I think that was such an elegant set, is I think a really good word to describe it. And everything felt like they really looked at these different fairy tale elements and just brought them to life. And I thought it was so cool, and I want more of that. What I'm really trying to say is I really want to go back to Throne of Eldraine sometime soon, and I also want to have princesses, because I want to make a princess deck, okay? Because right now we have, like, Beloved Princess, and she's fine, but it's one card. We need more, you know? I'm trying to build up an army of princesses here, okay? That's it. Okay. Similar to that, we should have more Jellyfish cards. Just saying. I feel like it's an underutilized tribe. Hydroid Crisis is a bomb card. We should get more. Because I feel like a lot of times, too, they make Jellyfish these, like, oh, look, it's like a cute little 1/3. It's like, why can't we have more, like, Hydroid Crisis? Like, why can't we have, like, awesome, like, killer Jellyfish? Okay, just saying, all right. I don't know if that really fits the vibe of Jellyfish. But I don't know. I just think it'd be cool. I think we should have more Jellyfish cards. Okay, okay. Okay. Goodness. This is something that I think would be so incredibly cool to design what this would look like. Is I would love, and I've wanted this for a while, a 5-color legendary angel. And there is a person who is watching this video, Chris, who I know also feels the same way. Because I know he's an angel guy, because he's commented on my videos before. And I feel like that would be such a cool thing. And I will never forget back in, like, Tumblr days, when, is Tumblr still a thing? Like, do people still use Tumblr? I don't think they do anymore. Someone asked Marrow, they were like, hey, is it coming? And he was like, it's coming soon. And that was like 10 years ago at this point. Like, I don't know what your definition of soon is, but soon doesn't feel like 10 years ago at this point. I just feel like it would be so cool to have a 5-color angel. I think, like, it also, with that, it'd be really cool to have, like, because angels tend to be white, and then there's, like, kind of some that have kind of, like, gone off of the path, but it'd be really cool if, like, we got, like, a 5-color angel, and then angels started to branch off into the colors, like, the different colors. I think that would be really, really, really cool. So, yeah, I feel like that's something that people would want. I don't know. And then I feel like I would just build, like, and I would have 2 angel decks, and that would just be the reality of the situation, and it would be cool. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to save this point for last because it's a long one. Okay. I just really truly need to know how many people, when they looked at this title, said, Tracy's going to talk about Battlebond 2 in this video. Just show of hands. Who did? Okay. Truly, one of the most glorious products produced by Wizards of the Coast was none other than Battlebond. What a smart set. Truly. I could do a whole video on this, but I feel like you could probably piece together my thoughts from all the videos that I've talked about it. Battlebond is a work of art. It belongs in the Metropolitan Museum of Art and truly deserves, like, an Emmy. It's fabulous. It's like, it's everything in a set that you would want. It's got reprints. It's got this aspect of, like, this, we're gonna work together and do this 2-headed giant, which we haven't really seen before. It's truly perfect. I just, there are so many words, but we'll just leave it off at that. I think we really need Battlebond 2. And just, it just needs to happen. That would be, like, the first thing that I would proclaim. If I worked at Wizards of the Coast genuinely, I would just be so irritating because I would just, like explain all my thoughts and explain all my wines, and it's like, yeah, we'll, like, table those discussions, and then, like, the next time we come back to, like, a staff meeting, I'd be like, okay, it's like, anyone have any ideas? And it's like, yeah, Tracy, put your hand down, we know you want Battlebond 2, it's coming. And it's like, all right, well, like, when's it coming? Okay. Every year they post the little thing, and it's like, like, the sets are coming out, and I was like, when are we gonna get it? Okay. I love the way that I wrote, like, my notes. I wrote, we would never go back to Zendikar. Okay. So I feel like we go back to sets too quickly. And I've said this before. I feel like there's not enough space for a lot of sets, in my opinion, where I feel like we go back to things where I feel like we've just gone there, if that makes sense. And I feel like there's so many planes that we haven't visited in a really long time that would be perfect candidates to go back to. Number 1, Lorwyn. Lorwyn is very similar to Battlebond 2, truly, like, absolutely a beautiful set. It's I think also too, like, a lot of people don't realize, like, Lorwyn was, like, the first to do it. You know what I mean? So it's like Lorwyn was, like, the first, like, it's the Lorwyn 5, like the Planeswalkers. You know what I mean? Like, that's where we got a lot of these, like, quintessential fairy cards, quintessential merfolk cards. That's there. Like, Muldrifter, there. Like, a lot of these, like, staple cards, like, it's there. And it's just, it's such a well-crafted set. Like, it reminds me so much of Throne of Eldraine. Like, do you ever feel like sometimes sets are just, like, the theme is either really boring or you don't really feel like you're looking at a set, like, trying to figure out, like, the vibe. Like, when I see a set, I want it to be the set. You know what I mean? Like, I want to look at a set and be like, that is the most Lorwyn card I've ever seen. That's part of why I love Throne of Eldraine so much, because I'm like, that is such, like, you look at a card, you don't have to look at the set symbol. I'd be like, that belongs in Throne of Eldraine because it goes so well with that universe. I like very theme crafted heavy sets. And it's not to say that every set doesn't do that, but I think some fall a little bit short, or, like, it's just the theme is boring, or it's not as there. I want it to be, like, obvious. Like, make the theme obvious. Like, don't hide. Like, just do it and commit to it. And I feel like Lorwyn's unabashedly just, it is what it is. And it's awesome for that. And it just, the art is some of, like, the most beautiful. Like, you're forever bored, you just want to go look up art, go look up Lorwyn. Like, and I'm not even just talking, like, oh yeah, like, the cards, like, the lands, like, what? Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Do you ever look at, like, cards that you look at and you're like, wow, like, no one's gonna play this card, but, like, it's beautiful? Like, that's how I feel about a lot of these cards. Is I was like, ooh, like, this, I'm just gonna appreciate the aesthetic and the vibe of this card. It's there in Lorwyn. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, last thing that I would do. This is like something that is really important to me in the Magic space, and that is reprints. And I feel like, honestly, people who complain about reprints because they've lost money, whatever, I don't care. My thing is Magic is for everybody. Some of the cards are expensive. They're pieces of cardboard. Point blank, end of story, end of day. Like, the fact that I can go and pick up a foil no-name card that is 30 cents, and then I can go pick up another foil when it's the same piece of paper, cardboard, and it's more expensive because of what it is. It's like, it's just, I get it, but at the same time, it's like everybody should be able to get these cards. Like I feel like there should be like a limit of like how expensive a card should be, because I just think that the certain price of cards is just, it's insane. And it's like, if you are someone who wants to play whatever format, really, like, I'm a Commander player, but if you want to play, you know, whatever format, and you want to get into a set, and it is just so incredibly expensive, like, I don't think that's fair. Like, you should not be penalized because you want a nice expensive card and you cannot afford that. I don't agree with that, and I don't think that's okay. So, and I think I'm in a position too where, like, I'm able to thankfully, like, afford those cards. I just don't think it's right for other people. So it's like, I don't think that anyone should be told that, you know, oh, well, you want to play this thing, well, just because you can afford this one card, well, your deck's not good and you're just not going to do well. Like, I don't agree with that. I don't think that's right. And I think reprints are a really great way to do that. I think that this is a really big topic, and I think that it's just more than just reprints. Like, I think it's like price capping and like things. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know how that logistically works or anything like that, but I just think that there needs to be a way where people are able to get access to cards. And I think that reprints are, again, that's like one piece of like the puzzle. I think that for sets, a lot of times where there are reprints, like any of like those like Double Masters, Modern Horizons, things like that, for those staples, a lot of times those do have a lot of really awesome cards, but sometimes some of those commons and uncommon cards, it can fall a little bit short. Or sometimes you've got these dollar rares that nobody plays, that it's like, why are we doing this? So I think, like, I feel like the way that sets should be designed is, in my opinion, it should be like maximum like efficiency. Like, when you like, it should be like, if I open up like this is one reason why I thought Commander Legends as well was brilliant, because it wasn't even just the rares and mythics, it was the commons and uncommons. And I feel like a lot of times when you think about the way that a set is designed, and when you think about what are the first cards spoiled in a set, the rares and mythics, like, those are the cards that people are mainly excited for. And it's like, you know, you buy a box and then you have all of these cards, and what happens to most of those cards? Do you use all of those cards in those packs? No. And then some of them you bulk them, you know, whatever you do with them, some of them you'll keep, whatever. It's like, I think maximizing the way a set works, where you're getting reprints that people use, that people want, I think is like an incredibly smart idea. And that's something that, you know, I think that they should focus more on. So yeah, guys, that is everything for things that I would do if I worked at Wizards of the Coast. What are things that you would do if you worked at Wizards of the Coast? What are some cards that you would design? What is something that you think that the Magic space needs that you feel like it doesn't? So I'd really like to know in a comment below. Subscribe to our channel if you're not already. And yeah, catch you in my next one.